Split Public Library. I hope everybody came, picked up their kits, and I will go over exactly what is in there for you. And it's really moist. It takes about an hour to an hour and 5 minutes. Okay. So 65 minutes, I should say. And 350, turn your oven on to. If you're making it with me right now, go ahead and turn that oven on right now. Okay. Everybody, my son Chris is here. So if you have any questions or comments, please just put it in the chat and we'll answer them. Okay. So the first thing let's all do is take out our butter. Okay, you should have taken it out a while ago because it's supposed to be room temperature, softened. So it should be just like that. Not melted, but just where you can kind of put your finger in there like that. The way to tell if your butter is still fresh, because sometimes it's in the refrigerator a long time, if it has one shade of yellow. If it has a couple different shades, means it's getting old. Might not be as good, okay? Always give it the old sniff test to see how it is, okay? So we're going to put on 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. So you would have that in a separate bag. And make sure it's really packed, okay? We may have some folks making it out there that didn't get a kit, that when you're going to make this at some other time. So 1/4 cup and then a 1/2 cup. So a total of 3/4 of a cup. You will make this bread again and again. If anybody made the last bread, I think we did the zucchini bread, right? Anybody out there with any feedback? I'd love to hear how it came out for everybody. We are going to take our electric beater, okay? We're going to put it on a medium speed, and we actually want to beat it for about 3 minutes, okay? So I'll try to be a little bit, quiet, or I'll talk really loud so you can hear me, okay? But 3 minutes with this on. You're just trying to bring it together. Scrape down the stuff on the side of the bowl. When it's done, it's going to kind of look like those big brown sugar bakery crumbs you would get on a really nice coffee cake, okay? Nice crumb cake. Starting to come together right now. So it's getting nice and creamed. In a minute, we're going to add 2 eggs. Add one at a time just so they get really good and incorporated. Whenever you can remember, take the eggs out ahead of time, because room temperature, whether it's the eggs, the Greek yogurt, sour cream, whatever you may be adding, room temperature will incorporate a lot better, okay? All right, mine is starting to look like it is coming together really nicely. I don't see any butter left in here now. So let's take 1 egg, add the 1 egg in here. Let's get that incorporated really good. And then we're going to add our 2nd egg in. Scrape down the sides of the bowl. Make sure everything gets in really good. Get all those little lumps out of here. Okay, now we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Okay, add that right into it. Don't have to stop, okay? You're going to add that in, and then you're going to put in a half a cup of either Greek yogurt. I'm sorry, a third of a cup of either Greek yogurt or sour cream. Okay, I'm just going to turn that off. Okay, I am using sour cream because that's what I had, but Greek yogurt works just as well. Okay, I'm just going to add that right in there. The remainder of it, I missed a little. Okay, and then you want 2 cups of mashed bananas. Okay, so these are kind of small bananas, so I'm going to need 3 to maybe 4 of these. Okay, I want to mash them up pretty good. You could take a potato masher, mash them. You could drop them into little pieces right into the batter. Okay, which is what I'm probably going to do. I had to buy these last week for this class for today because ripe bananas, the more riper they are, the more flavor they are. Okay. Now soon when it's getting warm inside the house, so we'll have the AC on too at times, but when it's very humid, bananas like to start to turn really quickly. So always put a little piece of aluminum foil right on the stem and they will not turn brown on you. Okay. Either that or put a little piece of saran wrap. I'm just going to turn my beater on. I just want to get it to where it's combined. It'll take about 1 minute, and then we're just going to leave it on the side. Okay, now we're going to leave this right here. We're going to go over and we're going to get our dry ingredients. In your bag, it should have, in your kit that you got from the library, it'll have the 2 cups of the flour, the baking soda, the salt, and the cinnamon all mixed in. Okay?
Someone said that's the quietest picture I've ever seen.
Really? Okay. Yeah, it's a KitchenAid one, but I have to be honest with you. I'm not actually thrilled about it because it doesn't have that real power. So I have another one, a Cuisinart one, that it's got more wattage to it, and it just seems to mix things a lot better. So something like this, I can get away with this one here. But make sure you watch the wattage because otherwise you burn out the motor really quickly. So it really, a lot of people don't think of that when they go to buy it. They're like, I like that color or something like that, or it looks fancy, I'll buy that. But you want to make sure that motor is really good. Okay, so I am going to take 2 cups of the all-purpose flour and put that right into a medium-sized bowl. Okay, so it's 2 full cups of the all-purpose flour, just like that. And then I am going to take 1 teaspoon of the baking soda. Make sure it's nice and level. A 1/4 teaspoon of the salt. That will bring out those raspberries, the vanilla, the chocolate chips. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of the ground cinnamon. And we want to mix that up really well. Okay, so if you have it in your bag, please mix that up really good. Okay, as soon as we get this mixed really good, we're going to add this into the wet ingredients and turn on that motor one more time. Again, have your oven at 350 right now. Okay, so we're just gonna toss this right in here just until it's mixed. I don't want to overmix it, okay, because you can really toughen the batter. And that's with cookies, it's with scones, breads, muffins, okay? So as soon as it's combined, unless the recipe states otherwise, just get it to where the batter is combined nicely, okay? Scrape up against the side so you get all those little flour pockets in there.
Yeah, that is pretty fun. You know, it's on a low speed too.
Yeah. But even there, it's not bad. You are right. For some reason, I guess I never paid attention to it because I was always doing a class with it. So I'm just worried about talking to you guys. And then in a minute, we are going to add in some chocolate chips. That would be about 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips. Okay, this is good and mixed. It's a really good batter. Okay, just going to leave that right in there. Go right over here to the chocolate chips. The ones you got are semi-sweet. Okay, so now if anybody is not a raspberry fan, you could do blackberry, blueberry, strawberry with this. Okay, biggest thing is after you wash them, make sure you pat them dry because you don't want any more moisture in there. Okay, I'm actually going to take this right out because we're going to just gently fold this now. So we just, as I'm adding the raspberries, I'm going to add 1 full cup into these, the batter. You can actually take these raspberries, put them into a small bowl. Okay, couple extra wouldn't hurt, would it? Okay, and you can just add just a little bit of flour to them, and then just toss them around, and then put them into the batter because what it does kind of prevents them from sinking. Okay. Now, 1 tablespoon of flour would be perfect for this. Just like that. Okay. Chocolate and raspberries, right? They go really good together. Okay, so I'm just going to gently fold this. Okay. You can always at the very end put a little bit of chocolate chips on top. Not necessary though. I like to cook this on the rack that like maybe just move it up from the bottom like 1 notch. Okay, if you move it up 1 notch and then you just take a piece of aluminum foil and put it on the rack above, prevents it from getting too dark on top because remember it's going to be in there for a good hour. Okay, you're going to use a toothpick to see that it's done. Okay, it should come out nice and dry on the toothpick, okay, but it will be very moist inside. Now I want to show everybody something that I like to do with these type of breads. Okay, so I have a 9x5 loaf pan. I like to put a little bit of parchment paper in there. I'm just going to give it a quick spray around. I don't want a little puddle in there because otherwise you're going to taste that. So at the end, when this is done, all I have to do is lift this right out. I got a nice clean container, although you'll still want to clean it because it's going to have the odor of the chocolate, the vanilla, the butter, everything. But it's just about, you can just pull it right out of the can, just like that. Doesn't get stuck in the corners, prevents the bottom from getting too dark too, okay? So let's just take this and just put this right in here. I want to make sure that parchment paper that I move it back enough. There we go. This makes a huge loaf. Okay. Now everybody watch the Islip Public Library for like during the summer. Okay, we have something I think for June, July, August. Okay, and then we already just talked about September, October, November, and December already. Okay. Trying to think of the next one. It might be the Strawberry Festival bread, if I do remember right. Okay, and if that is the one, please make sure you pick up a kit at the library. I believe it's just for Islip residents only, but I think if they have leftover after the sign up, then I think you're allowed. But check with them. Okay.
He says the M&M cookies in May.
M&M cookies, the patriotic ones, red, white, and blue M&Ms. Can't tell you how many big containers of red, white, blue M&Ms I had to buy for the library. Not just for Iceland. So again, if you want to sprinkle a few chocolate chips on this, okay, just like this, just kind of scatter them out around. And 350 for 60 to 65 minutes, okay?
So that's on Wednesday, May 19th.
Wednesday, May 19th. Okay. So yeah, you'll be picking up your kids probably soon, right? So here it is. That's what it looks like. And let it cool completely before you slice it. Okay. So I'm going to go stick this into the oven. And then I'm going to tell you my schedule that I have coming up as well, and have a little something I'm going to show everybody on the side.
Christina, next, do we put tinfoil over the bread while it cooks?
What I do, I'm just going to get I got a piece of foil right here. Okay, you're not going to cover the bread like this. You put a piece of foil on the rack above, because you know that heat from up above, it just kind of can make it too dark. Do that with almost all your baking, okay? Except for cookies, because cookies usually have 2 trays, and usually halfway through you flip them around, and that tray above becomes the aluminum foil.
This is perfect. Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, so before I show you a little something on the side, I want to tell you my schedule coming up, because I know a lot of you folks watch me in different libraries too. Okay, so tomorrow night in Seaford, if you guys must like baked goods, you're watching this one and you're doing it. Seaford, we are doing cheesecake stuffed chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so if you like that combination, please watch that. That is at 7 o'clock tomorrow on their Zoom, and you can go to their library to get their Zoom. And then on Friday the 30th at 6:30, I'm gonna do a vegetarian bolognese with orchette pasta. It's a really good sauce. You have to try it. And then on Saturday, we're doing a strawberry festival bread, and that you have to go to my Facebook page, Simply Creative Chef Rob, and you can check out the link on there. And that we're actually doing for suicide prevention. We're doing a benefit for somebody, so we're doing that, and that's at 12 noon on Saturday. And then at 3:30, the Weston, Pennsylvania, a Mexican lasagna. Okay, so if anybody wants to make a Mexican lasagna, and you use flour tortillas for that. Okay, you don't have to boil noodles, nothing like that. And then Monday, we are doing our Cinco de Mayo food festival. We do a food festival every month. Okay, normally it's on Saturdays, but since the nicer weather's coming, we said let's do it at night for the summer, and then we'll go back to during the days in the fall, going into winter. So on Monday, we are going to do a strawberry basil aqua fresca drink. We're going to do